Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Robin Childers. I am the founder of Welcome Home Yoga and Wellness, a marathoner, and one of the race ambassadors this year for the Detroit Free Press Marathon. I'd like to welcome you to the Henry Ford Health System Virtual Race Expo. I will be leading you through a Yoga for Runners flow. You can do this flow at any time, before you run, after you run, and this is the short version. So if you'd like to come to the more extended workshop, I'll be offering a workshop next weekend, October 24th at 1 p.m. at Star JC Park in Royal Oak. And of course, if you'd like more info, feel free to reach out at any time. Today, we're going to go through a simple flow that you can do, as I said, before you run, after you run, and let's get started in seated meditation. Bring yourself to a comfortable seat. You can crisscross your legs. You can come into half lotus, full lotus if you're a yogi, whatever feels natural. Place you can ground down and just begin to notice your breath. Allow your eyes to close. And just take a couple of moments now to bring your attention to the space just below the tip of your nose, at the base of your upper lip, where there's a constant flow of bodily respiration. There's nothing to fix or change just yet. You're simply becoming aware of the characteristics of your breath exactly as your breath is. Begin now to deepen your inhales and extend your exhalations. Just start to draw the breath in with a little more effort. And press the breath out with that same effort. You're aiming for a breath that's maybe 2 to 3 times the length and depth of your natural normal breath. Our breath pace changes from day to day, from practice to practice, even from run to run. So it's important to take the first few moments just to notice where you're at and just start to smooth it out. Good. We're going to begin with a few head circles now. So just start to roll your head in one direction. After a couple of times around, you can switch, going in the other direction. And as you come back through center, begin now to take your shoulders and roll them backward. Start to move down the body from our head into our shoulders, just slowly waking things up. And then reverse direction. Good, come back to neutral spine, and from here you're going to extend your legs into a wide-legged stance. So take your legs as wide as you can. Inhale and lengthen through the crown of your head, circle your arms up. And then as you exhale, you're going to side bend to your right. Bring your right arm inside of your right leg. It might come inside of your thigh or your shin, and swim your left arm up over your left ear. Just opening up the side body. Inhale, come back through center. Stretch up tall, and then exhale to change sides. Bring your left forearm inside of your left leg. Swim your right arm up and over. Notice the intercostals, the obliques. Send a couple of breaths into the right side body. Good, inhale, come back through center. Stretch up tall. And then exhale, fold right down the center. Make sure you have plenty of room in whatever space you're following along in. And as you stretch your arms out in front of you, bow your head. You might even come to your forearms. Take a couple of breaths here. Smooth, rhythmic, aspirating breathing. Inhale, slowly walk your hands back up. And then bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall to the sides. This is called butterfly pose. You can draw your heels in for more sensation. You can scoot them just a little further away for less. Kind of depends on where you want to feel the stretch. If you want to feel it more in your lower back, you can scoot your heels further away. If you'd like to feel it more in your inner thighs and groin, you can bring them closer to the body. Inhale for length, and then exhale. Start to fold right over the crease of your feet. Inhale, lift your heart, and bring yourself to your hands and your knees. If you're working on a yoga mat, take your knees to the width of the mat. It's about 2 feet wide, and then bring your toes together, your big toes. Sink your hips back onto your heels. Stretch your arms out long in front of you and bow your head, child's pose. And just take a couple of breaths here. This is a great place to set an intention for your practice, something to give it shape and focus. It doesn't have to be anything complex. It can be something you're working with already, or maybe it's just coming to you now. And once you've got it, on your next inhale, gently rise up, hands and knees. Place your palms beneath your shoulders. Line your knees up with your hips. And we're just going to start to pair the breath with some gentle movement. As you inhale, lift your chin, lift your chest, arch your back. Exhale, tuck your chin and round your spine. Inhales lift you up. They're open, expansive movement. Exhales lower you back down. Take a couple more rounds. Just beginning to bring yourself in line with your own internal bodily rhythm. Good, and then right from here, as you come back through center neutral spine, you're going to extend your right leg behind you, tuck your toes under, and just start to press back, stretching your Achilles and maybe even your calf muscle here. Not too hard, just holding for about 5 breaths. Good, now come back and then change sides. Extend your left leg, tuck your toes, pressing gently, but firmly. Good, come back. And then tuck your toes under from here. Start to walk your hands back toward your knees. We call this toes pose. You can bring your hands to your thighs. If this is too much right here, you can leave your hands on the earth. If you can manage, walk your hands back. You'll feel a nice stretch in the arches of your feet. And if this still isn't enough, you can, of course, change the angle and bring your hands behind you. This might be plenty. Just a few more breaths. Good. Gently lower your hands back down. Untuck your toes for just a couple of breaths. Press into the tops of your feet. Just kind of a counter stretch. Good. Now from here, tuck your toes once more. Press your hips up to the sky for downward facing dog. Just begin to pedal out what might be your first downward dog of the day, or maybe of the week, maybe ever. Just start to notice all of the musculature in your back body, your calves, your hamstrings, your glutes. Good. Inhale from here, lift your right leg. Exhale, step your right foot up between your hands, coming into a low runner's lunge. And then from here, gently ground your back knee. And inhale, peel your right arm open. Just twisting. If you'd like to leave your knee lifted for more sensation, you can. This is dragonfly twist. Or you can lower your knee, just slowly, gradually moving into the posture. Good. Now right from here, lift your knee if it's lowered, and then start to turn onto the outer edge of your left foot, bringing your right arm down, gently lowering your left hip toward the earth. That's it. Inhale, come back through center, and bring both hands now inside. Ground your knee once more, and bend your left knee, lift your left foot from the floor, and reach back with your left hand for the top of your left foot, gently drawing your heel towards your glute, just opening up your left quadricep, maybe even the hip flexor, depending on the angle of your body. Good. Go ahead and release. Scoot your knee back if there's room available, and start to slowly lower down onto your forearms, bowing your head. If you can't lower to your forearms, if it's not available, it's okay. Just move in that direction. You always want to move to the point where you're met with that first line of resistance. That's the place where we start to experience growth. It's usually accompanied by some uncomfortable sensation, but as runners and athletes, I think we're fairly used to that. This is a really deep hip opener. And then inhale from here, press back up, and then take your right hand to the outside of your right foot and start to heel toe your right foot over to the left edge of your mat, gently lying your shin down, preparing for pigeon pose. Just making any necessary adjustments so that you can square your pelvis to the earth. And then from here, working to lower back down. This stretch here starts to get into the glutes a little bit more deeply. Inhale, slowly press back up. Roll onto your right hip from here. Swing your left leg around, and then bring your right sole into your left thigh. Inhale, raise your arms up, deep breath in, lengthen through the crown of your head, and then square your torso over your left leg and start to fold. You can reach for your foot if it's available, and then take your right ear, there's a little twist, toward your left knee, looking up underneath your underarm. Good. Inhale, slowly rise back up. Extend your right leg, changing sides now. Bring the sole of your left foot inside your right thigh. You're pressing into the thigh, and also the thigh is pressing back. Inhale, take your arms up once more. Square your torso over your right leg, hinge forward, reaching for whatever you might find, and then gently add that twist. Take your left ear toward your right knee, looking underneath your right underarm. Good. Inhale, slowly come back up. Cross your ankles in front of you now. Shift your weight forward, plant your palms, walking back through table. And then from here, tuck your toes. Exhale, press your hips to the sky for down dog. We have one more side to go. Just start to notice already how differently it feels in the back body. noticeably becoming freer, a little more loose. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step your left foot up between your hands. You can stay in this low runner's lunge, or you can ground your knee. From here, inhale, peel your left arm open. This is dragonfly twist. Good. Now if your knee is on the ground, tuck your toes, lift your knee, and then work to come to the outer edge of your right foot. So your left arm just naturally kind of swings behind you, and then start to lower your right hip toward the earth. Good. Inhale, come back through center. Back to low runner's lunge from here, and then bring your left hand inside of your left foot. Ground your knee, bend your right knee, lifting your right foot away from the earth, and then reach back for the right foot with your right hand. Taking your heel towards your glute. If anything feels sharp or painful at any time, of course, slowly, mindfully move out of it. You might need a cushion under your knee if that feels a little funky. Go ahead and release, and then begin to lower down onto your forearms or in that direction, bowing your head, opening up the left hip. Just a few breaths here. Good. Inhale, slowly press back up. Bring your left hand to the outside of your left foot and start to heel toe your left foot over to the right side, lining your shin up with the short edge of your mat. Scoot your right knee back if there's space available, and then begin to lower down, folding over your left shin for pigeon pose. Very slowly from here, press back up, lift your heart, and then roll onto your left hip. Swing your right leg around in front. Bring both legs together this time. Bring your feet together. Inhale, take your arms up overhead. Exhale from your hip crease, hinge forward, reaching for whatever you might find. When you come to your furthest range of motion, inhale for a little length, and then exhale, fold in. Tuck your chin, bow your head. Seated forward fold. Slowly start to inhale, lift up. Plant your palms behind you now. And from here, we're just gonna move into a counter pose. Inhale, lift your hips and point your toes as if you were trying to lay the soles of your feet flat on the earth. Let your head hang heavy behind you. This is reverse plank. If this causes too much pain or discomfort, you can bend your knees and then lift here into reverse table. Good. Exhale, slowly lower down, and then come all the way onto your back. From here, inhale, lift your legs up. Press the soles of your feet toward the ceiling. You can find a nice counter press here, placing your palms at your sides. You can stay here in this inversion for, I don't know, maybe up to 10 breaths or so. Just allowing the blood flow to begin to move around, circulate. Good. Gently bend your knees. Lower your feet to the earth. Pressing into the soles of your feet. Inhale, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. Press your pelvis toward the sky for a gentle bridge. Gently, slowly lower down. Draw your knees in. Give yourself a little squeeze. From here, let your knees fall over to the right. Open your arms to a soft T or maybe a cactus shape. If you'd like more sensation, you can bring your right hand to the outer edge of your left knee. Gently apply some pressure. Take your chin towards your left shoulder. Good. Inhale, come through center. Shift your hips over to the right side of your mat and let your knees fall to the left and change sides. Take your chin towards your right shoulder. Again, if you need more sensation, you can apply some pressure on the outside edge of your right knee. Inhale, come back through center. Give yourself one final squeeze. Tuck your chin, bow your head, contract everything you can. Make yourself into a really small ball. And then from here, extend out long. Each heel reaches for the corners of your mat. Open your palms at your sides. Take a deep cleansing breath in through the nose. Exhale from the mouth, let it go. Natural, normal breathing. Take rest. We're going to spend about a minute or so here in Shavasana. That's long enough in the virtual world, so just allow any remaining tension you have, let it be absorbed by the earth beneath you. Very, very slowly now, begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Circle your wrists, your ankles. Gently roll your head from side to side. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Total body stretch, deep breath in. Exhale, draw your knees in. Give yourself one more hug and let your knees fall over to the left. Just take a breath or two here in fetal posture, allowing for full integration of your practice. And when you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seat for closing. Bring your hands to heart center. Allow your eyes to close if you're willing, and bow your head to this divine light within you, however you know it and honor it. Each of us carries an unchanging spark inside. May all love surround you, and may the pure light within you guide your way on, allowing you to recognize the same light in all other beings, Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale from your mouth. If no one has told you that they love you yet today, I do. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste. Thanks everyone for tuning in for this. I want to wish you all luck in whichever events you're running this weekend. This is my favorite time of year. And again, if you'd like to join us for the more extended version, we'll be meeting next week at Star JC Park at 1 p.m. I can give you all the details if you want to reach out. And that's it. Have a wonderful day.